There is something so special about a holiday that gathers everyone around a table. It is a day built on gratitude, a time to pause our busy lives and simply be thankful for the harvest of the year from the fields, from our hearts. Two neighboring countries, Canada and the United States, share a holiday called Thanksgiving. One of the most noticeable differences between the two Thanksgivings is the date on which they are celebrated. It immediately sets the tone for each holiday. In Canada, families gather on the second Monday of October, squarely in the middle of autumn. The air is crisp, colors peak, and the long weekend invites cozy, reflective gatherings. It feels like a true harvest festival as farmers bring in the last of their crops, grains, fruits, and vegetables. In contrast, the United States celebrates nearly 6 weeks later, on the fourth Thursday of November, on winter's cusp. It is colder, the days are shorter, and the mood turns to indoor warmth and the coming festive season. For many Americans, Thanksgiving launches shopping, decorating, and seasonal cheer. The gap is rooted in history and geography. Farther north, Canada's growing season ends earlier, making October the natural harvest celebration. In 1957, Parliament fixed the holiday to the second Monday in October, aligning with agricultural rhythms. In the U.S., President Abraham Lincoln proclaimed a National Day of Thanksgiving in 1863 to help unify a divided nation. In 1941, FDR signed it into law as the fourth Thursday, influenced partly by the desire to lengthen the shopping season. The choice cemented a cornerstone of American culture, thanks that leads into a season of giving. And that is why the calendars look so different. 2 dates, 2 moods, 1 shared spirit of gratitude. The story of Thanksgiving in both countries is not a straight line, but threads woven over centuries. Both trace roots to European harvest festivals of thanks. Settlers brought these customs and adapted them to a new world. In Canada, a 1578 ceremony by Martin Frobisher gave thanks for safe passage, not crops. Later Thanksgivings marked harvests, peace, and recoveries across eras. In the U.S., the 1621 feast with the Wampanoag became a founding myth, though history is more complex. Like Canada, observances were intermittent until Lincoln made it recurring nationally. This divergence explains why each holiday carries a different cultural weight. The U.S. centers a nation-building origin. Canada embraces a broader harvest gratitude. Interesting, right? At the heart of both Canadian and American Thanksgiving is the feast. The undisputed star on both sides of the border is the roast turkey, a lovingly prepared centerpiece that unites the holidays. Classic sides include fluffy potatoes, savory stuffing or dressing, rich gravy, and tangy sweet cranberry sauce. Canada leans into pumpkin pie as the signature dessert. You'll also see apple crumble and butter tarts, with October's squash, roots, and apples. In the U.S., pumpkin pie joins pecan and apple, reflecting regional diversity. Sides showcase regional flair, from southern cornbread and collards to New England squash and creamed onions. Recipes carry heritage, secret seasonings, special stuffings, and a grandmother's famous crust. Each dish links today's gathering to Thanksgiving's past. Ultimately, the feast is a ritual of belonging, flavor woven with memory. Beyond family tables, public celebrations differ greatly. In the U.S., Thanksgiving equals spectacle. Giant balloons, elaborate floats, bands, and celebrity performances. Millions tune in, making it a shared national morning ritual. Football is inseparable from the day. Games soundtrack the afternoon across the country. In Canada, parades exist but are modest and regional. The best known is tied to Oktoberfest, more regional than national. The focus remains on the private, family-centered long weekend. The CFL hosts a doubleheader, beloved but less culturally dominant than the NFL. With hockey season just beginning, Canada's holiday energy stays understated. 2 rhythms, one exuberant, one serene, both celebratory. At its core, Thanksgiving is about family. It draws people home across great distances. Travel surges in both nations, especially in the U.S., where it is the year's busiest week. The Wednesday before and Sunday after are notorious for crowds and traffic. It underscores the cultural pull of gathering for this single meal. Canada's October long weekend skews more regional. Many visit family within their province or savor a last cottage weekend. The rush is gentler, the pace, unhurried. The emotional heart is the same: stories, laughter, and reconnection. A warm, joyful affirmation of belonging. The 6-week gap sets dramatically different seasonal backdrops. In Canada, October often means autumn at its pinnacle, cool, crisp, and glowing. Celebrations blend outdoor fun with the evening feast. Nature's beauty is part of the holiday's soul. By U.S. Thanksgiving, cold has settled in. Indoors becomes the focus. The day creates a pocket of light, warmth, and abundance. It also opens the gate to the winter holiday season and Black Friday. Different weather, same intent. Comfort, togetherness, gratitude. Climate shapes mood, the heart remains warm. As both countries evolve, so does the meaning of Thanksgiving. A growing conversation addresses the holiday's complex history, particularly its impact on Indigenous peoples. The simplified narrative contrasts with lived histories of disease, displacement, violence, and cultural loss. In the U.S., many observe a national day of mourning in Plymouth on Thanksgiving. It mourns genocide, land theft, and cultural erasure. In Canada, Thanksgiving lacks one dominant origin, but colonization's legacy is acknowledged through learning and reflection. People read TRC findings, support Indigenous organizations, and recognize traditional territories. This deepens the holiday, more honest, inclusive, and meaningful, holding space for both the joy of harvest and the sorrow of history. Gratitude grows with empathy. Thanks for our blessings, respect for others' experiences. That is how Thanksgiving remains resonant today. Dates, histories, and traditions differ, giving each holiday a unique personality. One is a quiet October harvest weekend. The other, a grand November spectacle that starts the winter season. These differences reflect each country's climate, history, and character. Strip away parades, football, and dates, and the core remains. We pause to be thankful, gather those we love, and share food and memories. Whether under October leaves in Canada or November skies in New York, the feeling is the same. Warmth, abundance, family, and profound thankfulness. Despite our differences, we are united by the desire to come together and give thanks. And that is a tradition worth celebrating, no matter which side of the border you are on.